I don't know if it's stable.
Hey, it didn't go
And
out
it's
yesterday.
not dying anymore, so
It's just our
I'm
faces.
yeah, I'm super stoked about that. I'm trying to get the right scene. Part of me feels like I might need to reframe it with the wide lens, and then we can maybe use your cell phone as like
Read the comments?
a comment
Oh, okay.
device.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I haven't actually put my microphones on, but I can do that too.
Hello.
This is nice.
Am I in this?
Yeah, yeah. The pink flowers are accentuating as well. And then if there's any wind noise, yeah, we can have these ones.
Oh, the microphones, yeah.
I have to also now get used to this part of the process again. Used to be a part of the ritual.
Prepared.
Thank you again, Joan.
Yeah, of course.
Part of my mind's now like, I don't have my microphones on me, so I don't know if I can be heard. Can you hear me right now?
Nobody's in there. It's just me. I'm the one. Oh, now there's 3 more.
Oh, that should do it. Now the question is it glitching there or is it glitching there? That is the question. You friends let me
Kept
know.
going.
Okay, it's still live. Good. I'm trusting that it's just a connectivity thing. And if it's super bad, do let us know and we can switch over to mobile data. But without further ado, I think we can tell our friends what we did today.
Indeed.
We woke
And
up.
greetings unto
To
you.
you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me again on another day. It is a dear pleasure having you here. Today, we woke up and then set the intention to go and watch a movie. A new movie came out recently called The Wild Robot, and I've seen the trailer for it, and I was taken by the idea of a wild robot, to say it in so many words. And I saw it, and it kind of went into the back of my mind as something I wasn't really going to think about extensively. And then Jovan coming here, I went to the rabbit hole of trying to plan things. And then there's this little artisanal cinema that is showing a new movie called The Wild Robot.
They had car seats as the seats.
Yeah, they literally had like a
That was
bunch
so
of
wild.
repurposed car seats. They even had like the
Seat
safety
belts.
belt, like little clips still in there. And this movie is about a robot that basically washes up on a wild reserve. And this robot's purpose is to serve people, usually. It's given a task, it's given a problem to solve, and then it does that. But it finds itself in an environment with a bunch of animals that don't speak our language, that can't exactly give it, direction. So it learns. It learns how to speak to the animals. It learns how to understand their language. It learns how to be in their world. I'm not going to give away the actual plot of the story.
I mean, that's all in the trailer.
Yeah, true. All that's still in the trailer. But then there is this line that arises from this movie. The line first goes, kindness is not a survival skill, from one of the characters in the movie. And how it changes, essentially to realizing, as a community that kindness is a survival skill. That this world shows very beautifully that nature is rough, that nature is kind
God,
of...
does it show how rough nature is? I
The
kind of
freaking headless bird at one point. I don't know if
Headless
you
bird, I didn't
you
see
did it
that part.
good. You blacked out probably. I was like, oh my goodness.
there was headless.
Like they destroyed a bird to the point where they
I saw feathers.
yeah, no, they showed its decapitated head.
Wow.
This was a kids movie. Yossi.
Most of the death that was in the movie, I think, was very
PG.
PG. I mean, made you think they were gonna die, but there was some death.
PG-esque.
But they didn't. There's a lot of almost death, near-death
True.
experiences.
Like,
And
they did comical with the whole possum scene once,
You don't have to tell them. Oh, I'm not gonna say the
everything.
joke. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
no.
watch the show.
Watch the movie. It's really a special one. According to a precursory Google search, science thinks kindness is both inherent and learned through life experiences. Learn through life experiences. I don't know. I don't know if I learned kindness through life experiences as much as I have been taught through life experience to be kind.
That's learning.
All right, like I'm agreeing with Sam, but it's almost like the way I'm agreeing with Sam is like from the back door, you know, like coming around to it. Because I wasn't kind at one point in my life, right? I had to teach myself kindness.
Is that rain?
It felt like a little bit of a micro. Yeah, I've just felt another one fall on my lip.
There's no
It might be
clouds.
not directly above us,
Huh.
but the wind will carry micro droplets far and wide. Do you want to scoop up that little bit? It's not a lot.
I'll
And clean that first. No.
That's big a little. Okay.
Let's try cleaner. I don't know if I learned through life experiences. Well, did you allow yourself to learn it? We can choose to accept or reject the lessons that life teaches us. That's true, Sam. That is true.
Remember, so I was kind of talking. I mean, did you want to say something?
But please.
Okay. I was kind of talking yesterday. Well, I don't know, one of these days. Jasmine, the dog. We have like a little dog here. About how like love is kind of an energy, kindness is kind of an energy that like that you can teach dogs, like dogs and critters out there. They don't have that, right? We were talking about that a little bit, how they don't have.
My word was, I don't think they have Christ consciousness. I think they have consciousness, but I don't know if dogs have Christ consciousness. And that Christ consciousness in my world kind of like manifests as an awareness, right? Not only that you are here, but also that this thing you are here for is something that you can do something about, right? Like you can affect things here. You can change people's lives. You can, uplift people or break them down. And I don't know that animals have that wherewithal.
Have you seen videos where dogs will like pull other dogs out of danger?
I've seen videos of dogs saving children.
That too, yeah. I've seen them do it to other. Well, I've seen videos of dogs like. I don't know if this is yikes, but say a dog had gotten hit by a car.
Oh yeah, and then the other dog stays with it.
He didn't stay with it. He pulled him off of the road.
Off the road even.
And, like for a dog to be able to know that those things are moving fast and it's dangerous, and to get this
That is a
thing
type
that's
of empathy.
struggling out
So-
into safety.
I'm feeling now being cold because as I was sharing this thing to think about yesterday, Jovan mentioned to me that there could be room through the influence of people and through the influence of our world for these entities to become more and more awakened as well, right?
Right.
So like, what do you think does that? Do you think it's...
I think it's the love energy.
I literally was thinking love as I asked the question as well.
Yeah. I mean, because it isn't natural necessarily for other things to just, like that
The
robot,
kindness.
that robot that was just.
Watch the movie. It's such
I
a
don't want to give
beautiful
anything
one.
away. It was such a great movie.
Like, and it felt, like she's Jobot, like that's her artist name.
Robot the robot.
Jobot the robot. Ew, that butt just smelled. She joined the live streams Arpan days even,
Oh my gosh.
as a Jobot.
That's 30 on day 34.
On day 34, and then the robot's number is 7134. So
Yeah.
like just layers upon layers of synchronicity. Watching that, so many versions of ourselves that we got to see in that space.
Hello.
Just heard a voice.
I was gonna say, is Jessica here?
Is she?
That could be rad. I wonder if she'd want to. Oh my god, that would be so rad.
We did tell her that she could, but I don't see her car parked outside her space.
I got so excited.
Jessica did leave us a letter.
She probably left us a letter because she was leaving.
Maybe, yeah, that's why she did. I did send her a message.
We met a girl here yesterday. She's the one that's staying. She's the reason why we're staying in this one, is because she had to stay in that one, which was the one that we originally booked.
Yep,
But-
literally.
She sells, or she was cruise ship for
Yeah,
art, right?
she would like facilitate the space for people to sell art at the auction.
And she wants to do like content stuff
Yeah, I meant.
with plants.
Yeah, yesterday we had this whole conversation about what I do, the live streams and stuff. And she mentioned to me that she would like to do something similar. And then I suggested to her basically my content strategy of start creating content, get to like 50 subscribers, and then just once a day hit your go live button. And then whatever you do in this space, like literally whatever she wants to do, if she wants to garden, if she wants to just sit and have a conversation on the grass, like showing up day like that is going to, be, at least in my mind, the easiest form of creating something, building something, without the whole editing workflow that is expected of you with, high production quality content. The Mr. Beastification of our freaking YouTubes, right? I don't know if you've been paying attention to all of that drama as well.
Yeah,
So
I've
much
seen
nonsense.
some of it. I'm kind of aware, not completely.
I see Sam
there's a
says
lot.
dogs are interesting exceptions because they learn how to emote with their faces. Yeah, the sclera. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Like dogs, as they kept evolving, we basically bred scleras into their eyes. So when dogs look around, we can see their eyes tracking, and that's also a part of our empathy response because we see that.
And you know what? I think, I don't know, you fact check me on this, I'm not completely sure. But birds, specifically birds or animals of prey, yes. They, if you look at them directly, they see like your sclera and they see that, and that's them being hunted, so that's a dangerous thing. That's why a lot of times you don't want to look at things directly, especially as like an apex predator or something, because you come
intimidate.
across as a hunter. You're gonna like snarch it.
Yes, that's
Fact check
why
me, disclaimer.
why
I
people
have.
might be scared of me, because I do like looking at people. Like,
Yeah, but people don't take it as scare, do they?
maybe not scared, maybe like at first at least, like Christian likens me to a rhino, of like this charging mass that is approaching me, and then they learn at least that I'm not there to hurt, I'm not there to
rhino?
hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the rhino much myself, but that's how Christian sees me.
You as a rhino?
He bought me like a rhino shirt as well, like when he went to Ireland. All right, I'm gonna keep reading. Joy Vive. Yes, see. Joy Vive goes, tell us about searching for art in the ghetto.
Oh,
How about I don't? How about I don't? How about I don't talk about that?
yikes.
All right, fine. I'll talk about it a little bit. So we go to a very nice place. You would agree the place we watched the movie at was very nice, right? So
I mean, it had car seats.
yeah, like that was. I feel like that was kind of like a creative.
It was
Like that,
neat. It
they
was an
did that
artesian.
yeah,
I
exactly.
think it was intentional.
Yeah. But it's a nice place, right? Like there's nice shops, there's nice restaurants. It's,
Oh yeah, nice little coffee shop.
yeah, like that space was so
Plant
nice.
shops.
Like nice parking as well. People taking care of your cars.
We did an origami thing.
We did origami before our actual movie. That's true. Like that's also something they provided for free there. That's in part.
Learned how to make a dragon.
I made.
I have a.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, I got 'em.
Good, thank you. Yeah, we made some origami. I made a dragon and a foxy, and then we watched this movie. We finished the movie, and then I have like a little itinerary list of a bunch of places that I would like myself also would like to see, and a part of that list is Arts on Main, which is literally arts
Oh, that was on the list.
in a place. Yeah, and then there's like
That's
Johannesburg Museum, right? Like Johannesburg Art Museum. It's on my list, and they're like literally a mile away from each other. And we're driving into this, like I'm driving towards this museum, and we're getting deeper and deeper and deeper into Nope, like to the most sketchy area that you can imagine. And
We weren't
like
there long.
I'm like
It was
looking
just,
at
like,
Siobhan,
driving through
and like
it.
I see on my GPS this space getting closer and closer, and I'm getting more and more uncomfortable as we get closer and
It's
closer
funny.
to this
I was
space.
gonna say during yoga, but I kept interrupting Sam because there was like a 4-second delay.
Yeah, like it's a lot.
It was I felt like even more of a minority than what I normally do. It's like, damn it.
I am out of my element right now, even me, and like I'm looking at Siobhan, I'm
I
like,
had this floppy hat. I'm like, yeah, that don't belong here.
I don't know about this, and she goes as well, like reaffirming I don't know about this. Yeah, I don't know about this either. So I go and I scroll down on my list of like places to go, like artsy places to go, and I click on the second one, and it takes us even deeper. Takes us even deeper into this.
Sweden and there's a record store.
Yeah, tell them about that actually.
We just like walked. I don't know what was it, like a hat store. We walked out of the out of the hat store, and both at the same time we're like,
like excitement
it was like
just
right in
rushing
front of
us.
us, like the thing right in front of us. Yeah, that was cool. Got some Aesop Rock albums. Rad.
2 ones,
Integrated
two for the
tech-
price of one.
Garbology and integrated tech solutions.
Did you get Garbology? Did you
Yeah,
get?
no. I got Malibu Kin. I was gonna get Garbology. Got Malibu Kin. Yeah.
Since it has like the 3D effect.
Yeah, it was like layers of cardboard prints. So like, I was like, I gotta get that one. It looks cool. And I got bananagrams. Do we have bananagrams? We put them in the bag. Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Board game. Not a board game.
For $15 as well.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of affordable, I think, because they're little plastic.
That's probably about how much it is at home.
Okay.
Yeah. But I can never find it anywhere, and anytime I do, I talk myself out of it. So I'm like, I'm not gonna talk myself out of like getting this thing again, because like now it's from a place and I have a story about it. I'm not just getting it from a store. I'm
Exactly.
not
You didn't
ordering
buy
it
from
offline.
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. Yeah.
Jeffrey Bezos. Congratulations!
You did it!
This
Joy likes Aesop Rock. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, nice. Like when I was kind of when I was walking in there and I asked them, "You have any Aesop Rock?"
And I was
My
like,
mind was
looking
like,
at-
yeah, she literally goes like this whole, imagine a whole record shop, right? And there's this one box. And then she goes straight for that box out of all of the records. And then I go to the counter and I'm like, "You have any Aesop Rock stuff?" And they do like a little check on their system.
They like move one record forward. It's like, it's here.
And then list. Like, I'm like, I was first surprised that they have Aesop Rock.
Oh, me
And then the guy walks straight to the box she's at and then starts showing her where they are.
And I'm like, oh, nice. It helps that I know how to read categories.
You went straight for hip hop and went for the A's.
Yep. So
That
that was
is-
a big, long story time. Reading any of
Thank
these.
you, friends, for joining us for this. You know, like we
Every time
can
you-
share this story.
Every time you oh, he's ending it. Thank you guys for it. You just have that way of saying.
I have that almost like, for me, it's more like a continuing of, right? Like I like saying thank you as like, I don't know what to say next, but before I say what I say next, I'm gonna just say thank you for listening at all. Love is true. Holy hair Batman. I had no idea Joe's hair was so long.
Oh, really?
Good morning, beautiful humans.
I think I have it up.
Alright.
It's like, wait. I think I can do this. Yeah, if I have a comb, I can like all the way out. It's long hair. I'm gonna get it cut one day. I don't know. Donate it something. I don't know.
I was thinking about cutting
Make
my
something
hair
with
as
it.
well. You have like very
A big rope. I'm
almost-
Rapunzel.
almost like
Right, is that
string-like hair.
I know it's coarse. It's Filipino.
I don't know if
hair.
it's coarse. It's just thick.
Oh, thick.
Like,
I've been
I
told
think
that.
your hairs are like basically double as thick as mine almost.
It's thick hair. You can like.
Make a rope out of it.
That's what I said.
If we ever get stranded.
Yeah.
A letter, sweet, because no one writes anymore. True. And the only reason she wrote a letter is because she didn't have my number. You know, so in that way,
I'll take a picture, Lois Anna. I'm not gonna lie. This is a true story. You don't know this. I wrote like 4 letters to you. I'm like, that one's not good. That one's not good. I might even have them here. I wonder. I'll look. I think I might have them here.
in one of your little bookies or
Sketchbooks,
something.
things. Yeah. I wrote so many letters. I'm like, that's not good enough. And then I'm gonna over-explain it and be like, I wrote this letter like 4 times, and I'm just trying to get it perfect because I think you're perfect. So
To give
here
you
are my letters.
To give you an idea of what
With my
I did
voice.
when I was writing your letter in the.
I still haven't read it.
And yeah, you still haven't read it.
I know, I'm
in
sorry.
the binder, I basically on my phone wrote out the letter like 17 times.
Yeah, I like to like type it
Yeah,
out first.
and
'cause
then
I
after I
can-
was like, I read it a few times, and then I read it out loud to Max. And
Mm.
then after reading it out loud, I was like, that sucks. And then I rewrote it again. And then I read it out loud, and then I was like, okay, this feels like it's true, you know.
Max was like, I hate it.
Yeah, Max, it didn't even say anything. I just read
He
it,
just looked at you. He was
and
like,
I felt this sense of like, that was unsatisfactory. We all kept getting shamed for our handwriting, Joy V. Oh, for the letters. Weirdly enough, I actually
Talked about
handwriting today. We went into a little leather shop, you know,
Smells good.
since my bag got, you know, yeeted. I was like, ooh, leather bags. And then I walk in, and because it's like a very fancy place, they're like $200 leather bags. My leather bag was, I think,
the one you got stolen out of your car.
actually, it might still be pretty expensive. actually.
Well, you got a
Yeah.
quote for it.
I did get a quote for it, so now maybe we can claim that. So, backtracking, she's basically taking my details to send me a quote, and just the way she writes, I'm like,
She
that
studied
looks,
architecture.
yeah, that looks nice. And she tells us that she studied architecture, and then when you're labeling, you know, building plans and stuff, it needs to be legible. Like you cannot not. And like the reason that came up is because I instantly asked, like, how is it that certain people have nice handwriting. I don't consider my handwriting nice. Like I did handwrite your letter. You'll have to tell me if you think you haven't seen my handwriting, have you?
I
Actually.
don't think so.
Mm.
I kind of like looked at it a little bit, but like I'm gonna read that later. I might cry. I'm gonna do. Okay, I'll read it. I'll read it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just ADHD. We're like, yeah, let's read this letter, and then like, where's my ring? And
You know what my mind does when I feel like these kind of things? It's because when you write something like that, you hype yourself up, right? Like you apply extra significance to it.
And
And
then
then
you read it.
my mind was like, oh, I'm gonna have this thing for Joe, you know, and then she's gonna see this thing and she's gonna be like, oh wow, this thing.
you saw it. You're like,
And then I was like, as soon as your eye spotted your name, I was like, okay, enough. So, and then I was like, oh, and then she's gonna maybe read the letter, you know, and then it ended up not happening that way because we just had conversations instead of, you know, sitting down and reading a letter. But it's gonna happen. That letter, it like literally was crystallized into physical space-time. It's not going away.
it's been seen into the photographic memory. At least it's somewhere in there, right?
It's just being reread
Chink, chink.
over and over again.
Like my shutter.
Duck Dad says, Joy, I'm literally writing a letter to Duckling and Duck
Oh.
Wife now as I'm about to leave for work before they wake.
Where are they at?
I think he's probably just not wanting to wake
Oh,
them.
oh, from home. That's sweet.
That is nice. Sam, I had to stay behind after school for years, writing and rewriting jokes on them. But the lead poisoning I had. I like how
Oh,
Joy
it
Beef
depends.
says that so like off the cuff, casual. Joy Beef is one of the most intelligent people that I know.
I know. I think there's a lot in that brain.
Yeah,
She's
and the
just
fact
like,
that she had lead poisoning on top of that, Joy Beef would probably be like ruler of planet Earth right now. If not,
she owns a planet somewhere.
yeah, Planet Joy.
She's
would-
one of the hive minds.
Planet Joy
What
would
was
be
the Harmony? Harmony was the
yeah,
hive mind in
the
Rick and Morty.
hive mind.
Well, there's a Joy Beef out there too.
Would you be a part of a hive mind? Like that?
Yes.
That kind of hive mind. is-
100%.
They're getting puked in your mouth, and then suddenly you are part of this hive mind.
I mean, does it have to be puke? Can I sneeze on them?
Oh yeah, sneezing is also hop to a planet. Fuck no. That disappoints me so deep, but it's still funny. Love is true. Sam, I had to stay behind after school. I think I've read one. With the lead poisoning, I had a small child affected my fine motor skills. All the writing in the world couldn't fix it. Even though I think that's true, I still think, Joy Vive, that you having tried,
I would love
practicing that hours of fine motor skills, still had to do something good for your brain.
Okay, so here's something. Joy Vive says that she's not artistic. I don't have my phone here. Okay, so when
You
we did,
do. Using it as a tablet, basically.
I wrote down a thing today that the lady said, and I didn't mean to use it today, but I just wrote it down because I like to write things down.
Yes, the origami lady.
Yeah, she says, perfection is the enemy of progress, and practice makes progress, right? And so this is what I think. If you do have a motor thing with your hands, like say you can't draw or whatever, that means you have a unique style because you're trying to do something and you know your way of doing it, and whenever you get done with it, say you just want to draw a circle and it looks like this, that's your unique circle. Nobody else can do it like that. So like that's art. My sister makes like the goofiest little like cats. Like she'll do like little cats, and they're not like special cats, you know, you can draw like a realistic cat. That's funny. Cats too, because Joy Vive.
Vive.
That's just, yeah. But yeah, they're like little cats holding cookies with like a little mustache, and it's not like perfect by any means. It's very awkward, but it's a style. So that's why I encourage you to do stuff. Totally.
Showing up. Like my mind is trying to link it to kindness as a survival skill. All right. I feel like there's a certain kindness we have to show ourselves as well when it comes to our creative process. Like that's something that I've been called to during our trip. Right. And I feel, you know, Joy Vive, you know, doesn't consider herself one.
I know she totally doesn't. She always says she's not creative. Well, she
Yeah.
used to. You don't say
Maybe,
as much
maybe.
anymore, which I
No.
like that.
Like for me, like I for the longest time believed that I wasn't an artist because I don't consider myself good at drawing.
Exactly.
Right. And again,
That's what I mean.
that's not very kind.
Yeah.
If someone else told me you're not an artist, Mel, because you can't draw, I would be like, that's not a kind
Yeah,
thing
that's
to
not
say."
something that you would say to somebody.
Exactly. All right. The comments, like this is so fun to me. I'm having such a fun. Uh, going into the Nope of the Black Window. What?
It
What?
was been the Nope.
What?
The Nope. The Nope.
Oh yes, the Nope. For my ducks, if I didn't turn my head to the side like they did, they got spooked. We actually, I'm now clicking the Duck
Duck?
Dad fractal.
I know. I was gonna say you should see that movie.
Yes, you should really
Such a
watch
good movie, dude. I cried so much.
The Wild Robot.
Such a great movie.
Like I have a list of movies that is very close to my heart, and I wrote that list of movies. You know,
Started one.
we started robots.
Talking.
We started robots. Not like she wanted to talk, and then the movie got paused.
Pause. Start talking.
Yeah,
Watch movie.
watch movie for like.
I couldn't watch it because
It was intense.
No, I couldn't watch it because you kept on talking through it.
It was I
I
was
might as
so
well watch you. You're
stoked
just
about
like-
it. Yeah. Like for me, that movie, like I've watched that movie so many times. Robots. I've told you friends about that movie as well. 2005. Like I was 7 when that movie came out, and that movie I've watched many times, and it's affected me in ways that I cannot explain to a person with words. You have to watch that movie to know things about me too. And then as we were watching
You
it,
find it come out in your personality because you make references to it
Oh,
later,
yeah.
where like somebody will say something and you come back with like a response that was from that movie.
I'll show you what it can do. It can do this. Yes. Oh goodness, yeah. Watch The Wild Robot. If you have some free time this weekend, or it's Sunday. If you have free time today, and it's out.
Sunday.
It is, I think, out like yesterday. The movie officially
Really?
came out. So do watch it. You'll enjoy it. Going into the Black Window. I Google Earth the houses we're going to see now to make sure the neighbor doesn't look like a DMZ.
That's Google Earth thing, yes. Yeah,
You can like look
yeah,
through
for
the.
sure.
It's true.
Smart, thank you.
You can like walk through the streets
Yeah, absolutely.
without having to walk through the streets.
Genius.
Yeah.
Was that Sam?
I could have been better at that as well, but I was
that was
more in
Sam.
a like information gathering state, like rough information gathering state, because I was like, there's so many cool places in South Africa, right? And there is at least a lot of rapport behind all of these places, and there is like Google reviews, and I did read the reviews.
Oh yeah, whenever I bought the tickets, it said to be careful because like it's considered like practice extra. But it says that when you go to the United States too, obviously you don't want to go into like a protest, right?
Yeah.
Protests can happen. It's good to know current events whenever you go to places.
I am ensuring maximum safety. All right. I feel at least in that way. I'm not one of those people that will commit to a plan, even if I feel sketched. Like even if I don't feel.
You'll change.
Yeah. Like I'll be like, and this was a part of the plan, but because of these new informational bits that have arisen, I can readjust how I interpret. I feel like I am getting better at that as well because I wasn't always capable of doing that.
You could use some work.
It's true. It's true. I don't like plans changing. I do not like it. What I was saying is that any starving artist is exactly one opportunity away from becoming a criminal.
Or fuck.
Or a success story, you know, like
what I was thinking.
it does go both ways. Like J.K. Rowling is one of those.
What if you're a criminal but became an artist?
I like that. Maybe like you used to be a graffiti
I've
criminal.
just never been caught.
And then you
Kidding,
transition.
I'm not a
I
criminal.
mean,
Damn it, now it's
I'm
on the
sure.
internet now.
I'm sure a lot of people have gotten into art that way by being criminals.
Banksy.
100%,
Fucking dude.
literally. Like that's
Yeah.
a class example of that.
Banksy, man. He's still going. They, whoever it is, I think it's a group of people.
You
That's what
think
I
so?
think. Yeah, I think so, absolutely. I think it's
That is
planned.
that's new information to me because
Yeah.
I always like idolized almost this individual as like
That's what they want you
this
to think.
dude. Yeah.
It's Love Club instead of Fight Club. Tell everybody about Love Club.
So yesterday.
Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah.
You can tell them.
Well, I was gonna say I don't want to start a thing on there. No, it's a joke.
Yeah. So yesterday, you know, with our coming together and having conversations,
Jessica?
this Jessica, the conversation basically arises that you know love is true, and that's what we're supposed to do here. And as communities come together, they give each other information about places to meet, and then they meet there, and then they share love with one another. And then we, you know, made like a parallel joke with like Fight Club, you know, and like don't talk about Fight Club. And then Love Club is like tell everybody about Love Club. So Giovanni just told you about Love Club too.
First rule of Love Club.
Tell everybody. Don't shut up about it. Mel's gonna cheat at bananagrams. She's gonna use Afrikaans.
I know, I read that. I was laughing.
She's gonna use Spanish, you know, so she
I
has...
make up words. I'm not, and you don't even know because you don't know English. Just kidding.
I mean, you
Oh, man, I
would be
can't wait
able
to
to
look at
get away with one. If you're like, yo, this is a word, I'll be like, I'm not...
Oh man,
I'm
I'm
not,
not
I don't
winning
know
at
if
this
I
game
can.
so
I
good.
don't know if I can argue. Now.
I'm really good at coming up with the spot. I told you, me and my sister used to lie to people. We told my friend Suede once that if your headphones smelled like peanut butter, it meant that you had an ear infection. You need to go to the doctor. And so he was always like smelling his earphones. We never lied.
Oh my, that's one of those.
It was just something that we just came up with.
Say
Because I think he had his headphone out and he had it right here. It's like, did you know that if you smell it? Those
My mind is in like a conflicted space with like having kids one day, right? Like, is it good to tell your kids about like Santa Claus and stuff like that? Is it bad for them to take that away from them?
I think
you
you
know?
should, but you can keep adding stories to it, and none of them align with anything that anybody says.
So that's the thing, right? And like my mind has this extra layer of like almost like trickery of like playing a practical joke on my own kid, teaching him.
Oh, 100%. I
teaching
would
him
do. I
something
do that to
wrong.
people at work all the time. I just like lie to It's bad. I try not to lie. I really try not to lie. But if it's funny
You
and it's
embellish.
not gonna hurt.
You're embellishing.
No, I'm changing it completely. It's not true. It's not embellished. There's no truth to
There was
it.
a line in today's Wild Robot story that goes, storytelling and lying are parallels. So you're
not-
telling stories.
I try to do all of the right things for sure.
That's true. Yeah, you're not trying to like hurt somebody with your lies, right?
But it's funny when they smell their headphones.
I'm trying to think if I've ever... actually, there used
Like,
to
what's
be...
hurting smelling your headphones all the time? Because he's gonna get made fun of because they're like, that guy's always smelling his headphones. For what it's worth, Suede was a turd. He's a good bud, and he would give it back.
I'm like kind of lost in this fractal of childhood. Like I was trying to think of a thing where someone was playing a joke on me like that, and like telling you something that's not true, and then it backfiring. And it was that if your palm is something like bigger than your face or something like that, you're gonna get cancer.
The elbow thing. For
Yeah, and then
the
they
ladies.
like smack your own hand into your face. Like I was very upset about that. When
Yeah,
I-
because it hurts. You don't want to get that. That
what the
hurts.
fuck?
That's a no-no. If it hurts, it's a no-no. If it makes
And like
you
that's
laugh, that's good.
That's the first time some kid injured me as well, and I was
Is
like,
it Jessica? I'm sorry. I just
No,
want to
this
see
is-
Jessica so bad.
it's Keith and Sharona, I think.
Yeah, they're fun too.
Wonder if they're gonna come and say hi.
Is that where they park?
No, they're probably gonna drive all the way around. I'm thinking.
Okay.
I've locked your
Oops.
43.
Okay. Are we like super far behind?
We're like around here. My hair hangs around that long and measures just at 3 feet for
Sam,
reference.
what? I had no idea. I knew your hair was
3
long.
feet's a meter. That's insane.
What are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna do? You should. Oh my God! You should put your. This is me being weird. Okay, I'm gonna be weird. You should put your hair in your paint. You should do a pour paints with like a cool like braid or something in it. Oh my God! Could you imagine? You can. Yeah. You
I'm
can-
imagining like resin as well potentially. I don't know if she does any resin stuff.
Resin. I had a friend who, Sierra. She made like a paperweight out of her hair, or something. She's kind of
Bundled
witchy.
it up. You want another time up? This is some white wedding. It's really
It's
nice
a
tasting.
nice day for a white wedding. You know that one? That
It's like dan, dan, dan,
that's
dan,
really the only part that I know.
dan. Like I'm a melody. Like we actually had this conversation today, where Jovan is very much a words person when it comes to music, and I'm very much a melody person when it comes to music. Like if you just ask me the words, I'll be like. But if you hum me the melody, I'll be like, oh yeah, no, I do know that song you're talking about. A hive mind consciousness, Sam says. Man, all the cringy memories and terrible fuzzy prawn
Oh
would be
dear.
tenfold of a collective consciousness. You
Oh.
see, the way I see it,
See, as above, so below. That's
So,
why I love
yeah.
Sam. She's always just like, I'm like way up there, and she's just like, oh, how funny can this get?
my mind believes, like maybe erroneously so, that we would get very saturated with stuff like that really quickly. right?
Think it would get boring
Yeah, literally. It'll be like, okay,
because it became normal.
Yeah, and now there's more to do, as an experience.
That's one of the hopeful feelings that I have kind of towards like the AI stuff, right? In that way, where it's like, oh, now you're not going to be seeking anything because you can just like make it.
That's true. But what's the AI gonna think about
That's
the amount of pornography on the internet?
Jesus Christ.
Right? Like imagine you are a hyper intelligent entity and then you're connecting to this vast human knowledge. And then half of your memory bandwidth is just being taken up by them
Well, it's
clapping
noise.
ass. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's a little bit derogatory. But it is like, what are you gonna think about that as a hyper intelligent? You're probably just gonna be like, oh, this is how they procreate.
That's kind of
Maybe they're showing people so they know how to keep procreating. Maybe that's the way you would interpret it.
like I really want you to procreate. Look at all this weird shit.
You need to procreate, bro. Like otherwise we die. We stop
Gross.
existing.
No, where was I going with that? I was thinking that like with all of the noise out there, that's kind of the purpose of like the mindfulness and everything. That's part of the teachings of like all of these yogic or ancient wisdom things is finish that thought.
I feel like there's so much to be said that I don't know what you want to say, and I don't want to butcher
That's
it.
fine, I'm done. Is that being able to like tune out the noise of like the dumb stuff that's out there, right? There's going to be a ton of stuff coming up from AI, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that's like completely useless, but like you can use AI, it's a tool. You can use it for very, very productive and efficient things. As
Like-
above, so below. Well,
My mind is thinking about the amount of, like intelligence. Like watching today's movie as well, seeing the intelligence that machine just is, right? Like,
God, that movie made me cry.
it's-
Thinking about it makes me want to cry. God, I'm going to watch that movie like 12 more times.
It is very special. And I think every single time I watch one of these animated movies, my mind can't help but be like deeply and viscerally inspired by the fact that children are watching this right now. Right? I have been shaped as a person unequivocally by the movies I watched as a child. Right? Like that's definitely a thing. And for kids to be seeing this stuff right now, like that 17 movies I have, well now 18 plus this new one, like all of those, I would literally, if I was, king of Earth, I would subscribe that or prescribe that as like basic learning. Like if you're gonna go to school, you're gonna watch these movies, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna break down how.
Could you imagine if that was what school was? It's
That's
like, hey,
what
let's
school
watch
should
it.
be.
I know, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what school should be. Because imagine the amount of depth those kids would develop in like their way of seeing the world, their way of making art, their
Way
way
of decision making, because like
Yeah.
you're going through an active process of processing emotions on the spot.
And like if you want to add
like
to
what
that,
do I want to? That's what I
a
was.
movie is a sequence of very deliberate decisions.
I like playing D&D, playing games. So my teacher friend, one of the things that he does for his schools, he's so engaged, and I love this about certain teachers. It really depends on the teacher of the school and their involvement. That's why I think it's so important. Anyways, digressing. Think a lot of things. My friend would, if you got this question right, you got this many hit points. Or you got you took this many hit points off the monster. If you defeat the monster, this is
like quiz based.
Yeah, he made it a game, and like that engaged people, making education engaging. That's what it should be.
Like I actually read a book a long time ago when I was like 14 about the gamification of the education industry. And as you said, like where you, instead of studying for a test, you study for a boss fight.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, and then it gets you ready for kind of life anyways, because that's kind of what you're doing.
Exactly. And then
That's
those
the
boss fights as well, where our tests, we feel like it's a finality where you fail your test or you pass your test, and then that kind of like dictates the next few whatever, right? Where a boss fight in our gaming world is something you can like grind at until you beat this boss, and then you can progress to the next
You
level.
learn about it beforehand, the weaknesses and the strengths, your weaknesses and your strengths, the
exactly.
strategies in which to do
There's
things.
some more left in
Should
here.
you read?
I should probably.
I think we're behind.
I'm enjoying having conversations with you, You know, and I hope that you friends are too.
I'm trying not to take over.
You're not taking over, Joe. Like, Joe has been arpanning, you know, pretty much alongside us when we were doing it as well. So this is kind of your world too. You know, we're supposed to be doing this. Santa's dead. Whatever. Saying that to your kid. I had to get to that comment first. This is fun for us too. Thanks for giving us a window into your adventures. The fun is contagious.
Aw,
Thank you, Joy. For
you're
saying that.
contagious.
No, you. Have you used
That's
your
not
new
nice.
perfumes yet? I'm dying to know if you like them.
Is that what you're wearing?
No, not today. And I was thinking about it, but because they're such, you know, petite little vials, I want to make it extra. Like I'm gonna,
They are nice. They're like little tiny glass things. Did you open it?
I could almost like wear them as like a little perfume necklace, you know.
Oh my gosh, you should reuse the bottles.
I 100% will do that. I don't know. I don't know what I'll put in them though.
Any type of like lavender water.
Ooh, lavender would actually be the best one because that's like the central nervous
Chill.
system calming one.
Yeah, you can like pick it and like just like
Just
steep,
like
steep it in the sun, put it in a glass jar, steep it in the sun. There you go.
And then spray a little in your hand and rub
Yeah,
it. And
you
then,
can do it depending on how deep you wanted to get into it. A certain time of the year for a certain, you know.
yeah, you're right.
Intention behind things.
I don't know if you've ever like harvested like the most fresh pieces.
Oh my god, I know. I was kind of like squishing it and like the oils that come out of
Yeah,
it.
so
yeah.
much.
Oh my goodness.
All right. I'm so stoked.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just feeling
very
this.
behind on these.
Yeah. We did see The Wild Robot. Was at the theaters yesterday, but none of us had any idea what it was about. And unfortunately today, I will be working. I feel you, bro. Like now you at least know for next week or whatever. Like I'm happy that we get to almost like prompt people as well.
Watch this movie.
It's a
Watch
good
this
one.
movie.
Yeah, you won't regret it. I only commit to a plan if it feels sketch.
Nice.
If it's for myself.
Is that duck?
If it's for myself,
Yeah,
okay,
me
that's
and
a
Duck
that's a
would take over the
important
world.
that's an important point to make. No, it's myself. I have brain damage for some reason that enjoys problem solving, perilous situations.
This is a punk.
Yeah, I enjoy it too.
How do I get on top
but,
of that building
like,
for fun?
And I feel it's interesting to me that all three of us are kind of like that as individuals. But I promise you, if all three of us as individuals were together in the same car, suddenly we are more considerate, you know, of each other's well-being.
Each
and,
other.
Yeah, and safety. Where you're like, huh?
But it's dangerous to the rest of the world.
Mm,
Or maybe not. Love Club.
love club.
We're gonna guerrilla flower, and that's what we do. We'll take the seeds and just like, wah!
I got weirdly enough, I got a little packet of seeds at Earth Dawns, and it was like literally stacked. And then someone asked me what I'm gonna do with it, and I'm like, I want to guerrilla garden it. I want to just go plant
So I put it in a sock and
plant
just
seeds
like.
in people's gardens, you know, whether I like it or not. Is it bad to tell your kids about Santa? Oh boy, my parents told me the truth about Santa to my younger siblings, and my sister told a lady at the bank, Santa's dead. That's hilarious. My parents was very Christian, so Santa was like Satan, right? It's like trying to take away from the Christianity of what Christmas is.
Huh.
Yeah, our
Okay,
Christmas,
that's-
our tree for Christmas, to give you an idea, was a cross wrapped in that like fluffy and like lights.
Wow. A tree?
Yeah,
Or what?
yeah.
Did you put ornaments
It's
on
not,
it?
It's actually like a little cross.
Did
like,
you put little ornaments
what-
on
yeah,
it?
my parents would do that. I didn't do that shit. I was cringing like since I was a
I have
child.
a terrible idea. I'm not going to say it on stream, so remind me later. Or message me.
I'm so curious now. It was my childhood. I'll say that much.
Oh, that's so messed up.
It really is.
I have dark humor. It's messed up.
I mean, like the whole symbol is pretty dark as well, you know, technically. Alright. This poor woman had no idea what to say. My little sister is like 3 or 4 and she's no matter of fact about it. This lady just sits in her chair with her jaw on the floor. And my sister told the lady at the
Yes, I would have loved to be a bystander in that situation.
I would have cracked as well. That's cruel, Sam. I totally tell my imaginary children about Santa and the elves in the North Pole. I think that stories are an important part of humanity. We're the only animals that tell stories.
That we
I
know
mean,
of.
yeah, like the
Dolphins.
way that
Dolphins have different
and
dialects.
the whales that like sing songs to each other too. And like, I mean, if we go deep enough, today's movie was literally
About talking.
about
Yeah.
storytelling. So maybe
Oh,
the animals tell
goodness.
stories. Maybe. And in a weird way, I want to agree with Joy at the same time because my word for people is things that tell stories. That's what I consider a people to be. You know, like that's why I believe if there's aliens and if they tell us stories, you know, they'll be people to me too. And if I can talk to the dolphins and they tell me stories, they'll be just as people to me as well. Regarding Sam, and I feel you on that. You know, again, Joy Vive. Maybe the way that I would try and apply the whole storytelling nature in my life, if I have, you know, kids as well one day, would be to try and add value. And I feel like the first story that was told about this robot that was sitting on a star and listening, you know.
Fell from the sky.
Yeah, listen to, not to her ears because in the vacuum of space sound travels, you know, sound doesn't travel.
Yeah, I know, she's so
But
serious.
Listening of her heart, you know, and like, yeah. Okay.
So very just like beep, boop, 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 beep.
and the
1 0
and the
1
duck,
0 1
you
0.
know. And I love saying,
Honk, honk.
potential friends acquired. Solars. Words. No. Regarding Sam, art and hair, my mom does resin. I can't right now, but I'd never thought about using hair as a medium to spread pain.
Yeah,
But now that
because-
you've brought it to my attention,
Have you seen? Keep reading.
that's the end of the
So yeah, have you seen whenever they like will do pour paint and they'll put like say white on there, and then they'll put a couple colors like blues or yellows or whatever, and they'll put a chain on it, and the chain kind of grabs it in those circles. So when you pick it up, it has like a certain. Sam knows what I'm talking about. It has like a certain design because like where the paint picks up on that chain specifically. But then like if you drag it, it like will pull the paint too. So when you pick it up, it kind of looks like a plant. You could do like a lavender plant right there.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
it's almost like the leaf extruding. you know,
Yeah. And so if you did it like with a braid or a hair or something, just like pick that up and you have the braid of your hair, Sam. Oh my God, you can make such cool stuff with that pretty hair.
Just imagining, like, I'm imagining this fractal of Sam making art more and more.
Dirtier. It's just like Sam's teeth.
Okay, I like yours more. Mine was going more like she's cutting hair off every time she's making a piece. And then
Sam's gonna be
but
bald.
yeah, by the time we see Sam again, you know, she's like no hair on her head whatsoever.
What happened to your hair? And then she pulls up all this art.
Like, oh, it is. Bet you haven't seen shit like this, have you?
That's funny.
Or we will have a kid like mine and trickery will not work. She believes in Santa stuff and all of that other stuff, but she will never fall for peanut butter smelling it. Yeah, that one is a stretch. Words and melodies, make the music. I feel it's also like you have to know your audience if you're gonna.
Yeah, that's true. We had to know what they would believe,
Yeah,
how they believe
how
things.
they
That's why
believe
Slade
things.
was so easy to convince. He was just like, we told him all kinds of stuff.
Joe the words and melt. Joe is the words and melt is the melody. That's kind of. I did talk about the
I'm
way
like,
we.
I do rap, do the things.
She'll
And you,
rap,
like,
yeah.
stomp.
If she finds herself, you know, like in a space uncomfortable or you know not knowing what to do, she'll suddenly start rapping. I don't know if it's uncomfortable. Maybe it's just like
Do I do that?
I don't know if it's uncomfortable. I'm projecting, you know, maybe a little bit.
Or maybe it's when I get comfortable.
Yeah. Reframe. I like that. To
do
me,
that.
Santa is cos. Everything.
Cosplay this, I do.
Good. All right. To me, Santa is cosplay. It's an excuse to get dressed, have fun, spread a bit of joy, and it results in happy people with cookies and socks full of quarters. Fuck, that's a net good. Yeah, and it's like for me again, it's the what I'm thinking about. Is it a Fall Out Boy song? You know, Christmas is really good business.
What?
Santa Claus, like Mrs. Claus is gonna get.
It's totally not a Fall Out Boy song.
Maybe not. I'm trying to remember who that song is by,
Maybe, I
but
have
it's
not
melting my
heard
brain
any
right
of
now. Like the line, I think it might be Psalm 41 actually.
Maybe.
It's basically a line about, you know, how we have made Christmas, unfortunately, a money-making thing in many ways.
Oh yeah.
The whole buying of gifts is, look at that Burby spotting us, and like, what's happening there? Oh, wait, dude. Stop, bro.
Caca!
Yeah.
Maybe like that.
I'm a part of me is like, yeah, this thing, but also a part of me is like, we still do come together, and gift giving still is in part, an act of love. I feel where it gets a little bit, weird for me. For instance, the last Christmas that I spent with my family, I was actually in a position to buy gifts. I had money to buy gifts with.
And you didn't do
And I did.
Oh,
And I did do that.
I was guessing.
Sorry. Yeah, like I actually did. And as I was going through this process of buying gifts, like I was finding myself in the space of I have to buy a gift and then like trying to find the right gift to buy. I feel I really knocked it out of the park with Vessel's gift. I bought him a pair of screwdrivers.
Oh.
Like he's a Xiaomi fanboy. And Xiaomi has like a bunch of products in their range. And then I bought him a pair of Xiaomi screwdrivers.
Xiaomi.
And he was very stoked about that.
Wait. Was he like,
Like
he was like, what you got there? You're like, Xiaomi.
he has this whole thing in his head where he wants to Xiaomi his entire home. He wants to drive a Xiaomi car, Xiaomi phone. He has a Xiaomi, like literally
Did
everything.
you go into your house
And for his birthday, I bought him a Xiaomi little headlamp as well.
That's hilarious.
So
I've
like-
never heard of this brand.
it's probably like one of the, like I think it's maybe a Huawei sub brand or
Huawei,
something.
Still don't know that brand.
Chinese brands. And then for my brother, I think I bought him like a crock pot. Well, that was like more a gift from
Ooh,
Christian.
does he cook?
He doesn't.
That's why
like
you got him
he's-
a crock
he-
pot. so
Yeah,
he can,
exactly.
like,
He can just
doesn't
put
have to cook.
something in and doesn't have to look at it
Yeah.
again. For my sister, I bought her something.
Smelly goods?
I think maybe so. Maybe I think I bought her like a whole kit of like hand creams and stuff like that. Mom, I bought a bunch of like nice bath salts for her to bath with. And then my dad was the hardest one of all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Where I found myself like, what the hell?
You should have made him something.
Maybe.
It's just thought
Maybe,
experiment.
Like, what would I was making was like the first question that pops into my mind.
Something out of mud. Or like a sculpture. Tell him to put it on his altar.
And then I end up buying him a bottle of cognac
Oh.
for like $30 or something. And it was this thing of,
What is that?
that's a quaffle.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god, it
He's
is.
not making
It
quack.
is.
Quack!
Oh my goodness.
I want a
yes.
quack, bro. Come on, dude. Yeah, that's definitely quaffle. It's kind of trippy to me that he's not making quack.
I know. I was like, that's why I asked.
He's
what it was.
supposed
I know
to.
that-
He's supposed to.
Quack.
That freaking quaffle is an imposter.
I should have said it to him. It's an imposter. We have these birds called catbirds, gray catbirds, and they meow.
Really?
Yeah, they sound like cats.
Like-
I don't know if it's I don't know why.
I was about to ask if they, do it on purpose or if that's just the
They
sound
sound
they
like
make.
cats. Yeah, I have friends that are asking me like, is there a bird that sounds like a cat? Because there's a bird up here, and I think there's either a cat, a little kitten. Yeah.
That's kind of cute. I didn't even know that exists.
And there's
like-
one that can sound like a chainsaw.
I've
the lyrebird.
That I've seen. Like,
Yeah.
I was literally, as you were talking about that, I was thinking about David Attenborough.
Yes.
And I was like, I want a David Attenborough of that little meow birdie. And I was like, and then I
And the
thought about
lyrebird
that,
like-
chainsaw bird, and then you said it. Okay. My very religious family taught me Santa was not real. I got in big trouble at school for telling a younger kid that there was no Santa.
Uh-oh, because we went home
You
and we told
actually
everybody.
got in trouble for that?
I think Liam, my nephew, had somebody tell him that Santa wasn't real. I'm not sure. I mean, it's like all gossip, right? They're like, is that real? No. He believes in Santa Claus. He's like, no, I don't. And he goes home and he's like, Santa's real.
Yeah, see, like my mind is tripping out about a child's perspective on the world.
You don't know. You still don't know. We're always children. I think that's something that you learn about children. Carlton, right?
One of the, I think it's Carlton, or maybe Carl.
I'm not going to say it because I'm going to say it wrong. I'm going to call him Kim.
Kim?
Something stupid because I'm going to trip over my words.
Love is true. We've been litting all day, pretty much. LA, even my parents told the truth about Nicholas, the man behind the myth.
Nicholas.
I'm missing
Saint
that.
Nick.
Oh, they just straight up said Kris Kringle ain't fucking real. Damn. So when I had my own kid, we neither encouraged or discouraged belief in Santa. James chose to believe in him. How about that?
Oh, I like that.
Getting to choose.
Okay, then.
I fell back asleep and woke up. You're still here.
Oh, good morning, Nancy, again.
It's nice having
Times
you, friend.
two.
Yeah, we're streaming a little bit longer today.
Are
Actually,
we? Oh,
already.
goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Already 50 minutes in. One day in December, we saw James kneeling by the window with his hands folded. We asked what he was doing, and he said he was praying to God to tell Santa what he wanted for Christmas.
It's like, well, can you tell me your prayers because I want to make sure that they could get answered.
It is kind of wholesome, yeah. Like you know, what
Pray
my
out
mind
loud.
is doing is like again the child's perspective of like, you know, I'm gonna hit up God
Yo,
because
God.
God totally knows Santa. You know.
I hope in the next, I hope that in the next life, instead of prayer being this way, it's prayer being like this way.
That would be so like cool, you know, like just holding your hand
Get
up.
cards.
Cool. Oh, they're in the back of the car.
I know,
think.
I saw them.
She's getting the cards. Oh, one day. Her microphone is still on. I hope she's saying something. One day in December, we saw kneeling. Use your perfume, burn your candles. I actually have. I did say to you that we have your replica fireside candle. We have it here, and it has been getting burned, and it has been smelling amazing. And that you bought that for me last year, right? It's almost 2 years ago, isn't it? Isn't it? Almost 2 years ago, and I still have that candle, Joy. Like I will.
Peacocks.
I will savor the things you've given me. I'm literally wearing Joy's scarf, the new scarf that Joy gave me today. All right, I will savor these things so lovingly. Thank you again, for these gifts. A large Christmas cross instead of a tree is fucking wild, bro. Yeah. No, it is. It definitely is. You know, and like I feel like being sat down as a child and being told, you know, like we're not doing this anymore. Oh, you're gonna show the friends your.
I know, I saw it. I was like, should I show them?
You should. Oh. Love is true. I love it, yeah. Oh no. Things you can find in Mel Gibson's Holiday Home. That bird sounds like a chocobo.
There's the
Chocobo.
peacock out there. Oh, the chocobo.
You know that?
Yeah, there's that little song, How's It Go, with the chocobo. It's Final Fantasy. It's the little chicken things that you ride.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're kind of like chickens, but they're like chicken ostriches.
Yeah.
They're super cute.
My mind was again autistic and took Sam deadly serious. Like there's something called a chocobo. So I was like,
Chocobo.
What bird is a chocobo? Where are you?
We can't figure it out. I can't.
Yeah, we are here. You know. And we are
That was
now.
my panic yesterday. I'm like, man,
The space does have like a heaven-edge vibe to it.
that window, that round window is bubbly.
She does like drawing bubbles for herself
I
as
do.
well.
Yeah.
And you know, like we are, if you want to know like the actual location, if you want to search it on Google Maps, at a place called Acacia Rock.
Don't dox us.
I mean,
I'm kidding.
like it is on Google Maps, you know, so you can't really be
Right.
doxxed if you, I think at least.
The aliens are gonna find us if you keep putting this shit on the internet.
Please, Mr. Alien.
I hope they're nice. I hope they're kind.
Well,
I know.
I trust that if you live to the point where you're an alien, surely kindness had to play a role at some point. You
This
wanna
bag
give me a
is so
whole
loud
note?
and crinkly. I'm glad these things have. I hope
Filters.
it's not crackling on there.
It's okay. Even if it is, our voices should still be most clear. They're from Final Fantasy. Joe, you need to introduce him to that series while you're there. A playthrough video, anything.
Oh, a playthrough video. Yeah, I was gonna say we're not going near a computer.
Yeah, we haven't been like using our devices much. We've just been having chats. You know, like it's kind of one of those things where we have only so much time to have the conversation.
I'm trying to get my phone out more. I'm trying to like take pictures of stuff. Cause like my mom wants pictures.
So much beautiful stuff. I'm trying to capture some of it. I didn't capture much today on the 360 camera,
Oh yeah,
which I'm kind of.
that place was pretty too.
It was pretty.
It had like wisteria hanging down from that's wisteria,
I
right?
think so, yeah.
Like purple wisteria, like a pinkish color. Oh my goodness.
Like it was like plugged in there, you know. Like I don't.
The way that the vines just wrap around. I mean, wisteria grow really quickly anyways. So like when you put something up there, they're going to like wrap around, especially if there's water. So if they like water them or like there's buildings will shade holds in moisture better than like, you know, obviously not. So like they search for moisture. Like they just really like wrap themselves around poles and stuff. That's why you don't plant willow trees near water pipes because they will bust them.
They will.
My neighbor did it. He just planted it right on top of one. It's like, you know, that thing is gonna like wrap around that.
Have
And
you
then
ever
fucking like,
have you ever seen those live buildings they build with willow trees?
no. God, I bet it's amazing.
Yeah. So they take like the willow like sticks, and then they literally like drive them into the ground, and then they weave them.
Oh yeah.
And
I've
then
seen those like there's
they
fences
grow,
and stuff with
yeah.
those. Yeah.
I've seen
Because you just
Really
like
cool.
cut the willow off and put it in the ground and it grows.
It wants to live
They're
so
aggressive.
bad.
They're kind
yeah.
of aggressive.
That's also why they can be invasive in some ways. Alrighty. Won't be searching Google Maps, no fear. And already forgot where you said it. It's okay. We are in a nice place. You know, if that's, what you want to actually know. A Final Fantasy tells really interior-driven stories that use a sci-fi setting to get you to suspend your disbelief long enough to ask yourself some deep questions. Don't get hung up on it being a game. I am
I
not
like
at
how you got
all.
hung up on the word hung up. Don't get hung up.
I don't get hung up on it being a game. It is a world that I've been interested in as well. I have watched one of the Final Fantasy movies, but
I've not seen the movie.
I've watched one of the movies kind of like, oh, this is this movie, and then I watched it, and I was so lost. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Am I supposed to understand what's happening? What is that? And like such weird stuff
because
as
you
well.
didn't have like lore or
Yeah, like for me it was literally, I've never been exposed to the
So you've seen
franchise at all.
Chocobos, right?
I
Birds.
know what you're talking about because I use Reddit, and I've seen those like basically dino birds, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think.
Still trying to remember the song.
You're gonna learn some shit about yourself. I mean,
Man, that's what
That
this
is
whole
a-
trip has been about for me. Holy shnikes.
learning stuff about yourself.
Because put me in an alien world.
Quite literally. All of us. All of us are the aliens. That's a peacock.
Wow.
It was nice having you friends here with us. We're gonna
This
pull a
stream
card.
is brought to you by
Yeah, thank you. Do show.
Integrated Tech Solutions, Aesop Rock.
Wait.
Featuring songs like Technology.
Thank you, Aesop Rock. You can deposit $5,000 into Jovan's bank account. And you want the other one too? Or are you scared of the other one?
Oh no, this is cool. It's gross. This is the one I was talking about earlier. Yeah, I can't wait to open them and see what the albums and stuff looks like.
Oh,
I don't even
there's
see-
like a art on the actual
Oh yeah, there's always
vinyl
stuff.
as well.
There's like probably stickers and stuff on the inside or something. I don't know. But like, I don't know if you can tell that it's like layered. It's like the teeth is one
3D,
layer and then
yeah.
like.
Wild Robot?
Yeah, right on!
should
Lozano,
be.
watch it.
It's
Oh
like-
my god, this
it
got
just came
Lozano
out.
wisdom in it.
Yes, true. Lozano will love that movie. Different shit. Yeah, it's true. We've only read that once. Hyping Aesop Rock. If you don't know Aesop Rock, I don't know if that is clear. That name
I'm trying
right
to-
there.
I'm trying to make it look like my body is this head.
I see.
Does it work?
I think you have to.
Wait.
No, I think that's the opposite of what we have.
Here.
I think you need to get closer. That's. You want it to be like that? It's a big head. I don't know if we can get too close.
Here you go. Do it. Go back. Yeah, nice. Look at this guy. Whoa.
Acid King. I'm literally the words I read. What a trip! That is too trippy. I'm like,
I've not listened to a lot of these on here.
like that's literally the words that was in front of my eyeballs.
It's funny.
Yes. Acid King.
So gross. My sister would hate it. She doesn't like holes. Now the
the
internet knows.
trypophobia. Alright. And then Jovan got Shay a cookie as well from the cinema we went to watch The Wild Robot. The Bioscope, lights, camera, and comedy, and the 44, of course, as well. You know, must.
A cookie.
Ooh, Burbies are singing beautiful songs right now.
It's evening.
Which deck do you wanna pull a card from?
Geometry. Both.
Okay.
I think. Or do you want just
No,
one?
we haven't been pulling cards much. As
I
of
know.
late,
I've actually
so
not pulled a card yet with you.
It's true. Actually, it's true. We haven't been making time for.
This is
really-
a wild experience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird
Like
to see.
getting to see.
I've never actually.
this
They're
side.
bigger than I thought they were.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to mix it up a little bit. You want to feel them? I did.
Pull that one just now.
No. That was not intentional enough. But I do. I was more like wanting you to feel what the actual cards feel like.
Can I shuffle them and you pull one?
Yeah, please. What do you think of my little
Do you have them?
my little
Let's
covers?
see. Yeah. Did you do that yourself? Did you like cut it or like
I had like access to the school's
laminator?
laminator, and I was like, how much do I have to pay for one of these sheets of laminate? And they were like, it's fine,
Just
bro.
do it.
And then I
Turn it upside down.
laminated all of them and then cut them out of my little pair of scissors.
Yeah.
Some of them are delaminating, unfortunately, in the corners, so they don't shuffle as great
That's one
anymore.
thing that I don't like so much. I mean, like, that's a lot of work. You cut them out with scissors? You did it? Oh, God, that's a lot of work. Oh, my God.
64 times.
Oh, that's so much work. I hate manual work like that.
I will do manual labor like
Oh
that
my
to keep
God.
my cards looking fresh.
Nope, that's something that turned me away. I'm like, no, there's going to be a robot to do that. I am not. I will wait for the robot.
Yeah, I was the robot. I was the robot in that one.
Nope. Forget that noise.
Like, I feel if I didn't do that, my cards would look like that too. You know,
Yeah, you need to
that's
get, do you guys have sleeves, like card sleeves around here that you could buy?
not for the size
Oh,
cards.
for the size card.
This is a little bit of a novel shape.
What are you thinking? I'm just playing around with them. I'm going to keep
She's
moving until
fanning
you
them
pick
out.
one.
Okay.
It's like peacocking. Ah! Says the peacock. Way! There she is.
They shook away. Man, the babies are like rocking it right now. Green Taurus. Of course, this is the card we
okay.
pull. We are in a very green space right now.
Oops.
I wonder if we can show the friends more. No, that's nice. Green Taurus. 49. Acceptance and trust. Sure see.
Uh-oh.
It just hit me again. Woo! Okay, cool. This green Taurus, snuggled comfortably within a nest of flowers, is both dynamic and passive. Its revolving magnetic spirit invites you to move into the green shadowy center and trust where you may be led. It is the nature of the Taurus to move energy. And the energy moving here is that of acceptance and trust. Calmly allow your attention to follow the swirling arms towards the mysterious center. Recognize that you are moving through a passageway that may offer insight into the matter of your inquiry. Agree to be open to the messages you may receive and trust that you are guided from within and beyond. Use this energy of potential as a means of accessing your most pure personal truth. Accept that this could be challenging, since many of us do not trust ourselves enough to recognize authentic truth when we are in its presence. Try to stay in this energy until you feel self-acceptance and sense a message you can trust. Sit with this knowing and have faith in what your reality, and have faith in what you find at your core. Gently follow the arms of the Taurus back into your reality, knowing you may better trust and accept yourself. As you learn to trust and accept yourself, you will find it easier to be tolerant and trusting of others. What a card. This has been a very big topic for us as well. You know, like Jovan trusted that she wouldn't die when she came to South Africa. You know, that I would make sure that she is safe.
And then we went to that ghetto.
And then I trusted that I'm not going to get out of this car.
It wasn't bad. We weren't there for long. We were just like, nope.
Nope, nope, nope. No, no, no.
Wow.
Nope, no, nope. Yeah. I mean, still, trust and acceptance, you know, prevailed.
We accepted that we were there and we trusted to
that
get
we
out
can
of
get
there.
out. Yeah, exactly. Trusted we'll be able to. All right.
Trusted in the U-turn.
I was about to say, Brandon.
Hey, uh-oh. It wasn't that bad.
Acceptance and trust. How about, just like that's just so funny to me.
Oh, man. Are you gonna or though?
I already put it away? No, I didn't yet.
Oh. Oh, and that one.
Yeah, the other deck, the Oracle deck. You ready for another one? This one I'll let you pick.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Are you listening to them? That one. Hey, whoa. Whoa.
That is pretty apt. Seems very appropriate. Transformation. We talked a bit about Egypt yesterday as well, huh?
Pyramids.
Mm,
Yeah.
We did.
The marble.
We did. Transformation. Whew! Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. You are not who you were a year ago, or who you will soon be. You are in between, emerging, half risen, half falling. Keep doing the work. You are transforming. You will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within yourselves. It's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight, flight, freeze mode. To choose a new way of being where trauma is no longer the driving force. Old childhood patterns are rising up to be healed.
This is crazy.
This deck of cards like literally looks into your soul. Like it does that. It's wild every time. And you chose that card yourself. And you chose it in a way that I wouldn't choose a card from my ruffle. So
Really?
yeah, as you allow yourself to observe them and feel them without attachment, they loosen their grip and they fall away. You're being called to find new ways to self-soothe. Saturn and the Black Madonna and the African goddess Oshun influence this card. Saturn represents destruction and transformation.
I don't like that.
The Black Madonna represents the underground and all that has been cast aside. And Oshun
I don't want to get buried in the cradle of humanity.
represents the tender love of the original mother. A rethreading is happening. Healing at the deepest levels. While you are in this phase, don't put yourself under pressure to perform for others. You may need to review your relationship with your body, perhaps even shifting your diet or exercise regime, or getting energetic healing support. You may also need to consider some kind of emotional support, as issues from your childhood may come up to be healed. As you do, remember, you are deeply loved. Hold this card in your heart and say with me. I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at a cellular level. There's the cat energy too. The moon. The holding of our
Oh my goodness.
sacred
Okay.
symbols.
I don't know why that card makes me mad.
You feel mad?
Not mad, but it like makes me like not mad. Not mad. Mad's the wrong word.
Maybe it is bringing up old childhood patterns.
It's calling me out.
Yeah. The call, I've said that many times about this deck. It's like stares into your soul. It's like, hey, hey, I was
I
right.
definitely had a resistant energy towards it.
Acceptance and trust was the card you pulled just before it.
Shut up.
Oh. You're like, and the best part to me is that I have been so like, present in this space with you friends that I haven't been thinking about pulling cards. And then Jovan today was like, you haven't been pulling cards. And I'm like, oh, because, there are other things.
I don't sound like that.
No,
I know.
no, she doesn't. I know she doesn't at all. Like she was just prompting that she's been paying attention to the fact that I haven't been pulling cards, and that is something we do in this space. And then she went to go and get the cards from the car.
Maybe we should.
Suddenly. And yet, love is true. You're cutting all of those by hand. It's crazy. Kudos for the determination. Yeah.
I got a good group of people that play cards. Aw.
Brandon is the one who said it, actually.
He was playing cards with my friends today. The teacher, actually.
Oh.
Yes.
So he knows. He knows how nice it is to have your cards be nice.
His cards are nice.
Nice. This card, the universe is telling you things. Oh yeah, Joe, this card says, thanks, I'm cursed by it. That might
You're
be
not
why.
cursed, cured. It says cured.
I'm cured.
I'm cursed.
How about that?
Crippling responsibility.
What do you feel? I feel overwhelming obligation.
Overwhelming obligations.
Crippling
That's
obligations.
what my words are.
Crippling obligations.
Oh, my friends miss me.
Love is true. That's why it must be infuriating. Yeah, I mean, transformation is an active process, right? Like our planet is actively transforming right now. Like a few conversations we had, about seeing South Africa as it is. Like there is already that transformation happening here.
That's crazy.
Of like
Man,
people
talk about
wanting
a different world.
People wanting more from life than just
people. That's what I'm seeing. So many people that are so educated here. My chiropractor is from here. She's studied. Like she's from the Cape, but like she's got family that lives here. Architecture. There's people that are studying. Like there's so much studying, and like
it's expected.
It's not expected. It's just.
It's unexpected necessarily, but it's like if you're not doing that, you can't expect from yourself to be educated. So it's almost like a self-expectation in our society instead of like a societal expectation. And it is also a thing of like what niche you find yourself in.
True.
Like some people will be very educated, but only where they have to be, and that's good as well. I have to say it goes a long way with astrological readings I've recently listened to.
I bet Nancy's got like a lot of
Nancy does.
stuff in there.
They all say they miss you, by the way. Love is true. Thank you, friends, for joining. We probably will be lacking our cell phones as well a little bit later today. Electricity interferes with things, sometimes. Thank you, friends, for joining me today. If we can share this experience with you, friends, tell you about what we did. Love is true. And I thank you for joining again. See you, friends, tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.